No, we've all cried for something more. Feel what you feel, cause the God of creation's the author of peace with no limitations. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't try to run from your hardest of feelings. The God of the stars is the source of our healing. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled. Cause everybody's felt this way. When we see someone we can comfort them and say, feel what you feel, cause the God of creation's the author of peace with no limitations. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't try to run from your hardest of feelings. The God of the stars is the source of our healing. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled.
Shine excited for another day at the Stellar Planetarium Adventure Camp Expedition.
All right, I think we need to do our space cheer. Does everyone remember what letter they are? All right, let's go ahead and stand up. I need an S. Give me a P. Give me an A. Oh, good A. Give me a C. Give me an E. What does that spell? Space. Let's do it one more time. Give me an S. Give me a P. Give me an A. Give me a C. Give me an E. What does that spell? Space. Way to go, astronauts. Take a seat. So, Madam Director, yesterday you and I talked about, wait, what's up with the umbrella?
Well, today's Dress for Your Dream Day, right?
Yeah.
So, I always wanted to be a meteorologist and forecast the weather. So, today I'm forecasting rain and brought my umbrella so I would be prepared.
Oh, okay, well, that is quite the dream. Look at all of you dreamers out there and your favorite activities. I love it. I pray and hope that you all reach your dreams and change the world. Oh, right, so yesterday, you and I talked about some images we wanted to show the astronauts.
Oh, yes, we did.
You want to take it?
Okay, so, while we're getting all of the images ready, I think we need to hear it for that stellar moon rock band who are out of this world. That's right. Well, astronauts, I have some space science for you this morning that I want to share. We've got some images to project in our planetarium to show you some things that are in outer space. There have been, a lot of satellites and space probes and vehicles that have gone flying through outer space and spent a lot of time there. But two of them, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, have gone through our solar system and taken some really cool pictures of some of our planets and their moons. So I thought we'd take a look at those today. So go ahead and look up here at our planetarium wall. That is pretty cool, isn't that? I think that is pretty stellar. Some of those images are so crazy they almost look fake, but they're not fake. They're real and actually taken by these space probes that have gone out there with cameras and sent them all the way back to us. And that's a pretty far distance to send pictures, so I am just blown away by that. Well, let's think about something. I wonder if you know how far and big space actually is. The closest celestial body to us It's something we're pretty familiar with. Does anyone have a guess as to what that might be? The moon, you're right. The moon is the closest body out in space to us, and we get to see that almost every night, and sometimes during the day, don't we? Sometimes it's full and round, and sometimes we just see a sliver of it, but it's pretty close in comparison. But you know what? It's actually pretty far away. I wonder how far it is. Let's see, if you think it's about 200 miles away, raise your hand. 200 is pretty far. I couldn't walk 200 miles. Okay? Raise your hand if you think it's about 2,000 miles away. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's really far too. What about 200,000 miles away?
Yeah.
You know what? It is 238,000 miles. Let's see, 238,900 miles away. Do you know that would be like driving from California all the way across the US to New York 85 times?
Wow.
What? That is really far. But it's a good thing that space shuttles and spaceships can go faster than a car, so that it doesn't take that much time for a space shuttle to get to the moon. Do you want to know how long it takes a space shuttle to get to the moon? 3 days.
Wow.
3 days. That's a lot faster than driving a car that far, isn't it? But even then, if we were in a car for 3 days, has anyone gone on a 3-day road trip?
Yeah.
That's a long time to sit in a car, isn't it? Oh, man. Well, so the moon seems pretty far away, but it's the closest celestial body to us. Does anyone know what the farthest one in our solar system is? Go ahead and shout it out if you think you know. Pluto, you're right.
Wow.
Pluto is the farthest in our solar system. And Pluto, scientists tell me, let's see here, get my notes. Pluto is 3.2 billion miles away.
Whoa.
I don't even know how to comprehend how far that is, because the Earth isn't that big. I don't even know. But scientists tell us if we're going to take a fast spaceship to get there, let's see, you want to take some guesses? Let's see. Okay, I heard a week over here. Any other guesses? 2 years over there. Some days, 10 weeks, 7 years. All right. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. It would take 9 years to get there.
Wow.
So think about that. How old are you right now? How old would you be? If you left today on a spaceship to go to Pluto, how old would you be?
Whoa.
We'd be pretty old. Whoa. Well, that's just crazy.
Well, before we get carried too far away. No, 22. Before we get carried too far away with activities. Yeah. Oh, great job, astronauts. That is really far away. But before we get carried too far away with today's activities, I know, they're fun, but I think we need to take a moment to hear about some God sightings. So, Adeline, can you help us out?
Yesterday, I told you to be on the lookout for God sightings. Remember? Look at your wristband. When we look up at the sky at night, we see so many reasons to praise God. Stars, moon, planets, they all show us how awesome God is. Looking at God's creation is one way we see God. We don't see God the same way I see each of you, but we do see what God does. That's why we call it a God sighting. Let's take some time to share with our space shuttle crewmates some ways that we see God because we know He made it. Space shuttle captains, as they share, please take a star from your basket and write 1 or 2 God sightings on it. Later, we'll post the star in our galaxy.
the mic is making my pants go. Nice.
Yeah, each small group should get a star. Oh, we only have one for our entire, for the whole red. I think that's
Yeah.
how everyone says. So I think Anne only gave us one.
Do we need to share that? So you only have 1 star for your whole group? Let me see how the other groups are. Shania, do you have 1 star for just your group? Okay. Okay, just. That's what. So it should be 1 star for your whole group.
Oh, the whole.
All right, Light. Maybe we can get some more stars.
Huh, my Twinkie?
Who has the extra ones? Oh, she does.
My backpack.
That's per small group like 7A. Yes. Yeah. I know. I love it. Huh? What? Oh. Hey Tiffany, do you? So you can give them extras. So like group A would have 1, group B would have 1, group C.
Hello. People doing yeah, just hold it in front of them and don't let them take the mic from you. Okay, to say what God signs did you see?
Wow, those are some great God sightings. Kenley and Jaron are going to come around and ask you to share some of your God sightings with us.
What did you see?
My friend, her stuffy ripped, and I told her I could bring it back to my mom to fix.
Oh.
I saw rain last night.
What did you see?
I saw the moon.
I told my cousin that when she was hurt, I'll be there for her.
I saw the mountains. I found a potato.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I saw the clouds. My stuffy ripped, and Emery ripped. Not Emery ripped it. I ripped it, and I told to myself that I could bring it to mom, and my mom can fix it.
My mom.
Me and my mom shared a blanket. I saw my grandma's favorite bird, and she passed away at my grandma's house. I saw a bird.
What did you see?
I saw, so I was driving to church, and I was listening to VBS songs, and I said the sun was the light, so I said Jesus was the sun.
That's awesome.
Let's do one more from each side.
I saw the stars.
While we were in Mexico, you guys had a storm, and the tree in our front yard blew over onto our front porch, and we got a picture of all our neighbors in our front yard cutting it up and cleaning up our front yard.
Wow.
Let's sing another song about how we see God as he shines and lights up the world. As we do, captains choose one crew member to go post the star for today in our galaxy.
Hey, shucks.
The word is searching for an answer, a ray of hope in a hopeless world. Who can we turn to? Where is our rescue? There is someone, he's the answer. He is the light and he lights our way. His name is Jesus. He came to save us. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and it shines, shines, shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and he shines, shines, shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. The world is searching for an answer, a ray of hope in a hopeless world. Who can we turn to? Where is our rescue? There is someone, he's the answer. He's the light and he lights our way. His name is Jesus. He to save us. He is the light, 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 the light of the world, and He shines, shines, shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. He is the light, 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 the light of the world, and He shines, shines, shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world.
Oh man, I am just so blown away by those images that we saw earlier, and this telescope, and satellites and things like it. Just the lenses inside it and the way it all works together. And I could look through this and see way out into the sky. I mean, it's small. It's not even flying out in space like other things, but just it can take images that look like those things. I'm just in shock and blown away.
I think it's great that we have that technology to take pictures of outer space. But what's even more impressive aren't the pictures that the telescopes take pictures of the stars, moons, and planets, but the actual stars, moons, and planets that God created.
Hey, that's mine. Give it back. I didn't say you can use that. I need it. It's important.
Whoa,
You're gonna ruin it.
whoa. Let's break this up. Kendall, come talk with me. Boston, do you want to go for a walk and cool down? Okay, Kendall, what is going on?
Well, you were so nice to take me to meet some of the trainers in the astronaut training program. They gave me the manual I need to study for the astronaut entrance exam. But Boston took it even though I told him not to. He said I didn't need it because he said I'll never be an astronaut. So mean.
Kendall, I'm so sorry. Mean words never feel good, especially when they're coming from someone who's supposed to be a friend.
But why would he say something so mean? I'm not going to take this sitting down. We've got to get him back. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll stack as many moon rocks as possible, put them in front of his door, and when he goes to open it, boom, moon rocks.
Oh, Kendall, I don't think that's such a good idea. Getting back is only going to lead to more hurt feelings.
But he deserves this. It's going to be harder than it looks.
You might think that he's getting what he deserves, but do you really want to ruin any chance you have of being friends again?
Well, I still wanted to be his friend, but why would he say something so mean?
Maybe he just wanted to see what you were interested in. But then it hurt his feelings when you wouldn't share this manual with him. I mean, it's not right, but a lot of times when someone feels hurt, they just want to cause hurt back. Just like how you feel about wanting to get back at him. Here's the problem, though. If he hurts you because you hurt him, and you hurt him because he hurts you, you only continue to hurt one another and never get back to being friends again. Let me show you something. This is a picture of the International Space Station. Have you all seen this before or heard about it? Maybe from yesterday? So the space station is cool because it is shared by more than 15 countries. Astronauts and scientists live here and work together to find solutions for our planet. Those astronauts, they really have to get along. I mean, if someone gets mad, there really isn't anywhere else to go.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, plus, there are only 7 people on the space station at a time, and they live and work here for at least 6 months. Can you imagine if someone got mad and everyone just kept getting back at each other? There would be nowhere to go, no one else to be friends with, no one to talk to for 6 months.
Yikes, that doesn't sound good.
Right? All right, I want to try something. Space shuttle crews, I want you to scooch together and sit real nice and tight. Can you do that for me? Crisscross applesauce, sit right next to each other. Excellent job. It's just fun to use this. So, when I say go, boys, I want you to lean to your left, and girls, I want you to lean to your right. Got it? All right, boys left, girls right. Ready, and go. Oh my gosh, a lot of you just collided and crashed into one another. Oh my goodness. So, all right, you can sit back up. You can sit back up. So, sometimes in life, we seem to bump into one another. We bump heads. That means we disagree. People are hard to get along with all the time, right? And then there were some of you that I saw that you were just sitting there, but people around you were bumping into you. Sometimes in life, there might be people disagreeing around us, and we just feel like we are stuck in the middle. And that doesn't feel good either. But Jesus can shed some light on this situation for us. The Bible says that Jesus said, live in harmony with each other. Hey, Ella, can you tell us what harmony means?
Of course. Harmony means agreement. Living in harmony means even though we're different, we can find ways to work together.
Yes, exactly. Can you all say that verse with me? Live in harmony. All right, and we can live in harmony by forgiving others when they hurt us. I want to try one more time this leaning activity. So instead of going different directions, we're going to go the same direction. So when I say go, I'll point to which way we're going to go. And go. Let's go left. And let's go right. Let's do it again. Let's go left and right. And in the middle. Great, that was so much better. That's harmony. And in life, we can live in harmony with each other by forgiving others when they hurt us. You know, Jesus, he forgives us all the time when we do wrong things because we're not perfect. So he forgives us all the time. So shouldn't we do the same thing by forgiving others when they hurt us? Our Bible point today is this. When people don't get along,
Shine Jesus' light.
yes, that's right. Can you all say that with me? When people don't get along, shine Jesus' light. Yes, that's right. Oh, great, Boston. I'm so glad you're back. Do you think the two of you can shine Jesus' light and follow his example and forgive one another?
I'm sorry. I forgive you for saying that I couldn't be an astronaut, and I'm sorry for not letting you see the manual. Here, come look at it with me.
When people don't get along, shine Jesus' light. Let's all do that again. When people don't get along, shine Jesus' light. Let's all stand and sing a song to help us remember that point.
We come to worship, we come to praise, we sing this song, we lift up his name. The Lord is God, his love endures forever, ever, 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 ever. We are God's people, can you hear us shout and shout for joy? All the earth, worship him with gladness. We are God's people, can you hear us shout and shout for joy? All the earth, worship him with gladness. Enter his gates, we give him thanks. The Lord is faithful through all of our days. The Lord is good, his love endures forever, ever, 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 ever. We are God's people, can you hear us shout it? Shout for joy, all the earth, worship him with gladness. We are God's people, can you hear us? for joy. All the earth worship Him with gladness. Every generation lift up your voice. We are His people. Every generation lift up your voice. We are His people. Let's make some noise. We are God's people. Can you hear us shout it? Shout for joy. All the earth worship Him with gladness. We are God's people. Can you hear us shout it? Shout for joy. All the earth worship Him with gladness. We are God's people. Can you hear us shout it? Shout for joy. All the earth worship Him with gladness. We are God's people. Can you hear us shout it? Shout for joy. All the earth worship Him with gladness. Way to go, astronauts. Take a seat.
We have another bright Bible buddy to help us remember when people don't get along, shine Jesus light. Let's meet Ringo.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey there! I'm Ringo, and I'm a planet. You might know my friends: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And of course, your very own planet, Earth. You might think I just have 8 friends, because you probably learned about 8 planets, but your parents learned about 9. Well, not so long ago, scientists decided that Pluto was actually a dwarf planet. Poor Pluto. Even without Pluto, scientists think there might be a 9th planet out there, even farther away from the sun. And that's just in your solar system. There are tons of other stars out there with stuff orbiting around them, including more planets like me. But I'll stick with the planets you've heard of. Let me tell you about my friend Mercury. She's super close to the sun, so you might think it's really hot on Mercury. You'd be right. But even so, scientists have found ice in some deep, shadowy craters. Or there's Jupiter. He's a big guy and a great catcher. No, not baseballs, comets. He's a big guy for comets to try to get around. And I gotta tell you about Saturn. Long ago, when people started using telescopes, they noticed something unusual about Saturn. What was it that was all around him? Turns out, it was his rings. Boy, does he have rings. Aren't rings the coolest? But Saturn's not the only one of my friends with rings. He's just surrounded by the most impressive ones, and the only ones you can easily see from Earth. Guess what? All 4 of the outer planets have rings. That means Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all have rings too. When you look at awesome rings like mine, they might look like one solid piece. But don't be fooled, they're not. They're made up of billions of chunks of ice, dust, and rock. And all those pieces orbit a planet together, as if they're one piece. So don't think of me as having a few rings. Think of me as having billions of followers. If I told you the planet Earth might have rings, you'd correct me, right? The Earth doesn't have rings. But scientists think one day it could. Its rings wouldn't be made of ice and rock like Saturn's. The Earth's rings would be made of space junk. All the parts of satellites and other man-made stuff that's broken apart in space and started to orbit the Earth. It's actually kind of a problem. It's cool how rings look like one solid piece, but are actually a bunch of pieces working together. And hey, that's a lot like how the Bible tells you humans to live. In the Bible, the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 16, says, "Live in harmony with each other." That means you can get along and work together, just like the billions of pieces of rock and ice that make up my stellar rings. So, The next time you want to argue with a friend, or you see someone being bullied, or you just want to get your way, remember, when people don't get along, shine Jesus' light.
Ringo reminds us that it is important to get along and work together even if we're different from one another. Just like the rock or ice or even space junk work together to orbit a planet or make a ring around the planet, we need to live in harmony. We can look at the way Jesus treated others and loved others. If we treat people the way he did, we can work together to share God's kingdom with other people and grow and make an impact on the world. Let's sing one more song before we go.
On Jesus, no matter what's going on, even when people don't get along, shine Jesus' light. Well, great job today, astronauts. I am appreciating how you are respecting our esteemed planetarium facility where great work is being done to change the future of space exploration. Good job. We are having fun. We are being respectful. You are following your space shuttle captains and nobody's getting lost. Whew, that's good. All right, well, it is time to visit your next space station. So go ahead and huddle up with your crew captain to figure out what jobs you have today, where